A third transverse scan of the pancreas. I got the pancreas. Lifting upwards is the celiac trunk. However, if you lower the probe a little further towards your feet, you will see the following picture. Here's to being a liver. The pancreas is visible. The superior mesenteric artery is visible behind the pancreas, and there are vessels visible around the IVC and aorta. This blood vessel is this. These are likewise blood vessels connected to the kidneys on the left. You would think. So coming in towards the IVC. Right branches here correspond to the right renal vein. From the left is the left renal vein. And leaving the aorta. Right renal artery becomes the left renal artery. It's good to know these anatomical areas. When this picture comes out, if you raise the probe a little, you can construct a landmark where you can see the pancreas. How to catch the pancreas? If it seems to give a slight angle to the head, I said earlier that the celiac artery will come out. Now, this part of the celiac artery is visible. You can see the celiac artery exiting the abdominal aorta. Now in the image, this is the abdominal aorta. This is the inferior vena cava. So, to see the anatomy around this area, angle the probe slightly downwards towards the feet. What you see now is the inferior vena cava. The blood vessel attached to the inferior vena cava is the left renal vein. And this blood vessel attached to the abdominal aorta will be the right renal artery. Coming in from the right and going out to the right. So, it is the left renal vein that extends in front of the right abdominal aorta. And the splenic vein, SMA, is observed. And is it the right kidney that connects from the abdominal aorta to the left and right? It is the left kidney, so it can be said that it corresponds to the renal artery attached to the inferior vena cava, depending on whether it attaches to the abdominal aorta, right renal vein, or artery. You can see whether it is a left renal vein or an artery. It was an anatomical structure seen just posteriorly to the pancreas. Let's do a trans-abdominal scan using the vaginal probe. People with deep pancreas are deep, but if you press the probe, you can see it superficially. With the reference point at the 8 o'clock position, we will do a transverse scan from the center and gradually descend. If you go all the way down, you will see the pancreas as it is now. Now, let's stick out our stomach, shall we? What you see here right now is the celiac trunk. Celiac trunk is the celiac artery, upwards from the abdominal aorta. It is called a seagull sign, because it branches in the shape of a seagull. It's the abdominal aorta, and what goes up from here is the celiac artery, and what's branching out from here is the common hepatic artery, and here's the splenic artery, celiac trunk. Where the celiac arteries are visible. Is the celiac artery not clearly visible? The position where the celiac artery is visible. If you lower the probe a little from the seagull sign, the pancreas will appear. The pancreas will appear. Now the pancreas is being observed. When drawing the pancreas, the most important thing was the splenic vein, and here the superior hepatic vein and superior mesenteric artery are shown, and the abdominal aorta. This is the IVC. The pancreas is the head here. Here is the body. You can see the anatomy that goes towards the tail. Now, in this state, give it a slight angle downward in the direction it comes out of the celiac trunk. You can see the anatomy right behind the pancreas. This is the abdominal aorta. This is IVC. It's on the left as you enter the IVC. The left renal vein, coming from the left, leads to the inferior vena cava. What is attached to the abdominal aorta is the renal artery, depending on whether it is right or left. What you see here is the right renal artery. The renal artery is connected like this. This is how the renal artery from the kidney enters the abdominal aorta. This is the left renal vein. This is how it connects and goes into the kidneys.